Hello, what's your mental health status? Are you mentally ill? How do you know if you're mentally sound or ill? Welcome to Mental Health Series at Safe Circle Honesty. Last week, we actually started talking about our mental health, and today we are going to talk about mental illnesses. What are mental illnesses? They are conditions that negatively or adversely affect the core of our being, the way we think, the way we act, the way we reason, the way we relate with life, we relate with other people, the way we relate with ourselves, okay, is the totality of all the conditions that affect us negatively and make us to be unable to be exactly who we are supposed to be and show up in life as we are supposed to. And so, mental illnesses come in different ways, and there are different things that cause it. The first thing that causes mental illness that I will start discussing from today is toxic background, toxic upbringing, toxic environment. Now, check your family, check your upbringing, check the environment where you grew up. It could be the neighborhood where you grew up, the village where you grew up, the town, the city, and maybe the neighborhood that you grew up in. Have you ever thought that they, in one way or the other, actually influenced and affected you in different kinds of ways? So many people grew up in toxic homes, okay? People had toxic upbringing. People had some negative and unpleasant experiences right from childhood to the age where they are in right now. And so God actually made it that every one of us should be able to thrive in a particular kind of environment, just like a plant needs sufficient water, sunlight, and nutrients in the soil to be able to bloom and become the best of it. This is also how God designed that you should also grow and bloom in an environment of love, of care, of acceptance, of abundance of love expressions, kindness, and so on. But you find out that it's not always like that for so many people. Some people grew up in toxic environments where there were different kinds of abuse, verbal abuse, emotional abuse, and physical abuse, and different kinds of abuses. And some people grew up where they didn't have people that were healthy and sound enough to give them love expressions. You see families where hugging and then caring, calling people, chatting people, and doing all manner of kind things for people weren't rampant. Okay, it was strange for people in that kind of environment, so they don't get used to love and love expressions, and that's why they show up as needy, because God created everyone to be able to respond easily to love, to kindness, to acceptance, to different kinds of love expressions. But you find out that it's not always like that in different homes. Some people grew up in homes where there were fightings, quarrelings, divisions, maybe polygamous homes, or homes where they have a divorce or different kinds of divorce experiences, broken homes, single parent homes, different kinds of things have happened to many people. And these have impacted the way they view life, the way they view themselves, the way they relate with life, the way they relate with others, the way they relate with their emotions and the core of their personalities. So it's important that we talk about these things. What is it that is affecting your person? You should know that the place where you grew up, the kind of family where you grew up, the things you grew up to see. If you saw where, especially as a child, where adults were always quarreling, where people were always selfish, where people were always self-centered, where people didn't really care about others, if you grew up in a broken home, if you grew up with different kinds of deprivation denials, where you were exposed to different kinds of losses, maybe early loss of a father or a mother, and different kinds of lack. Okay, some people grew up in deep poverty. All these things affect us. They make us mentally ill in one way or the other because they affect the way you show up in life. They actually affect and puncture the right perspective and the right way to perceive life, yourself and others. And so it affects the way you relate with other people. Then on the next clip, we are going to talk about how to handle these things if you've had it. It could also be toxic neighborhoods, okay? Toxic neighborhoods, village, city, wherever it is you grew up. So on the next clip, we are going to handle this. So stay tuned till next Thursday. Do have a blessed and beautiful evening. Bye.